Let's dig deeper now in the technology used to determine the fate of Flight 370. Joining us is Ken Christensen, former U.S. Air Force pilot, NASA liaison to the Department of Homeland Security. What's your reaction? You just heard my interview with Chris McLaughlin of Inmarsat, in which he suggests that most likely the plane went down in the southern Indian Ocean based on the new analysis that they've come up with. What's your reaction when you hear that, Ken?
Well, I agree, and I think what we have available, that certainly points in that direction. Again, I think it's important, and ships are out there now, and the search teams are out there now. Their most immediate concern right now is to get to one of those items and physically take that out of the ocean and look at it and see if that's in fact a piece of that aircraft. And they're going to have aircraft manufacturers, like the Boeing people in there looking at that. They'll probably take pictures of it and send it to them and see if that in fact is a piece of that aircraft. And that's definitely confirmation that it was that aircraft in the ocean there.
Let me get reaction to the news that we just had from this interview with Chris McLaughlin. Tom Fuentes, the former FBI Assistant Director, our law enforcement analyst, is here. What do you think? I mean, he didn't say definitively 100%, this is the plane that went down and those people are all dead. We heard that basically from the Malaysian government, right, well, but we didn't hear that from the person speaking for Inmarsat.
Well, he couched his statement saying, I'm British, but to me, my understanding of the English language is most likely doesn't mean for sure. And that statement from the Prime Minister pretty much was that plane went down in the South Indian Ocean, and his statement was most likely it went down. That doesn't mean it's precisely that's what happened.
And the Malaysian government sent texts to the family members saying your loved ones are dead, basically. I didn't hear that kind of 100% certainty from Inmarsat, from the Vice President of Inmarsat.
No, there was nothing new in what he had to say. As I said, I think today is all about the Malaysian government trying to get the families out of the hotels and home.
But they can't. But how can they do that without, unless they're 100% sure that they're giving reliable information? How can they tell these family members there's no hope?
Well, I think they weighed that against another week or 10 days in the hotel. We have no evidence that we're any closer to finding any wreckage that actually came from the plane.
They've spotted pieces of wreckage out there. They don't know if it's from some cargo ship or it's from the plane. But couldn't they simply wait another day or two or three to see if that suspicious satellite imagery is really part of the plane?
Well, I think they could have waited, but again, I think they're trying to manage the expectations of the families. But there were really no new technology that was really brought into this. It was just another set of eyes and some other way of looking at what's already been established or what they've been finding.
So, Ken, let me bring you back into this conversation. Where do we all go from here? What's next?
Again, if there's sightings in the ocean, you have to send aircraft out there to see the pieces, and then you have to, again, confirm it. And you confirm it by sending out a boat and picking up a piece out of the water and looking at it and comparing that with the aircraft manufacturer to see if that's in fact the piece of the airplane. Once you have that, it's follow the debris field, like I've been saying.
Ken Christensen, we'll continue this conversation with you. Thanks very much, Peter, Tom, Mark, guys. Thanks to you as well. Much more coverage of the plane coming up.